What do we know about this visit?
Well, I think this visit is very important. One, it clearly indicates that progress was made in the trade talks when we had 4 cabinet secretaries in Beijing, and that there was enough momentum to want to continue. And Lehr has a team already here on the ground at the working level to continue the talks to prepare for his visit.
Now, there are reports in the press, at least, that the Chinese are saying maybe not the $200 billion you want to reduce it, but we are willing to talk about buying more things for the United States and bringing that trade deficit down. Do you know, is that right? Is that on the table?
That's absolutely on the table. And what the Chinese are saying is, look, it's not as much about resolving this issue for the United States as what they're trying to do is transform their economy to be focused more on consumption. And that the Chinese people want to consume more, and they could consume a lot from the United States.
Now, the Chinese position is we don't have our thumb on the scale particularly, right? Do they have to admit sort of that they have the ability to control how much that they buy from us?
Well, it's kind of a push-pull thing. I mean, at one level, we're telling them you need to be more market-oriented. At the other hand, we're telling them, yet you have to buy our products, and we want you to buy these kinds of products. I think, you know, when President Trump went to China, they bought around $260 billion worth of goods. It's not clear what other kind of major purchases they can make at this stage.
How does this discussion about the trade deficit and how much they buy from us fit with the China 2025 issue? Because there's the other issue about intellectual property and technology and what they're doing, where we pushed them reportedly pretty hard. And as I understand it, they basically said, if you think that we're backing off of that, you're wrong.
Well, they're slightly different issues. Obviously, what China 2025 is they have indicated that they want to push innovation and they want to focus on particular sectors that the state has said, these are what we're going to focus on. And when you have, you know, 1.3, 1.4 billion people and the state says, focus on these sectors, you're going to have a sudden rush of people going in. Whether it's state-sponsored or not, it's still going to be overwhelming.
At the same time, the President of the United States, President Trump, seems very concerned about their investing in tech-related things here, really wants to shut that down or at least substantially curtail it, and is concerned also that the Chinese, again, maybe have their thumb on the scale for their own companies in tech. Is this existential, as it were, for the Chinese?
Well, I think certainly there's tremendous opportunity for our market, for our goods and services to be going to China, and particularly in the tech area where they want to buy. As we look at investment, I think that's much more concerning. There is a bipartisan consensus to start to shut down or at least look further at Chinese investment in the United States, and very reasonable senators like Senator Corden have used the term weaponizing investment.
How much time do we have? Because the clock is ticking on that $50 billion, if not $150 billion worth of tariffs, right?
Right. Well, I think, you know, it's not clear. The administration hasn't put out the tariff list yet, but certainly they're running up against a deadline. And it wouldn't surprise me if the administration would like to see some progress on this, or even an announcement, if possible, by the time of the North Korea summit. That would position them very nicely going into that.
Well, that's not too far away.
Yeah.